outside, you know, because I just kind of listen in, but don't participate. I think that makes me a lurker. So some people tonight wrote some special things for some special people in their lives. And I think that's really nice, and I happen to do that too. So I can start out in the mood with a piece I wrote called Calling GrandMich. A lot of people are like, what's that word? GrandMich. My name is Anna Michener, and the founder of the Michener family is the GrandMich. That's what we call him. So sometimes I call him on the phone, and it goes like this. There's always a few moments of rustling sound before he says, hello? I announce myself because after all those years of using rotary, he forgets there is now this caller ID thing on phones. Oh, hello, Anna. His voice is so quiet, so low. I always check my volume again, even though I know it's already up as far as it will go. Hi there, how are you? I try to sound happy, but not manic. I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine too. There is always a long silence. So much emotion swells in my heart, I struggle to keep it from spilling out. That would make this stoic 93-year-old man uncomfortable, and that's one of the last things I'd ever want to do. Only once before did I ever mention the largest elephant in the room. I had said, you must be sad sometimes. I understand. I miss Grandmary too. He changed the subject more swiftly than anything else I've ever known him to do, so I won't bring that up again. It caused him too much pain. In the past, sometimes I have also said, I love you. Those words being such a tiny fraction of what I feel for the only one left of the only few people in the world who found it in their heart to take me in when I was a 15-year-old stray. For the only man in my life who ever loved me and let me stay, took me back even after I ran away, without regret, without resenting that we ever met. Of course, more than once in the past, I couldn't choke back these words, I love you, GrandMich, even though that always results in another silence. And after a moment of composure, he can only stammer, thank you, yes. So when I call him, I usually only find myself able to say that I don't really have anything at all to say. I just wanted to see how he is doing today. I like to picture him on the other end of the line, in his chair in the TV room, in his vest and house sweater, with his pressed slacks and black shoes, with Velcro fasteners he can attach and detach with the shoehorn on a stick he got after his hip replacement. He is still a proper-looking professor, even when he's just watching the news, even though he hasn't taught a class since 1982. Except perhaps for a leaf or a twig in his hair, I am often picking those out when I am there. And sometimes I even hug him. In recent years, he has stopped resisting or even stiffening when I do that. It might be wishful thinking on my part, but I believe he may have even come to like it. A little. I am very careful not to tip him over when I touch him. He is so fragile, so slight. Sometimes I can hardly feel his bones underneath all his layers of clothes, and yet he is a rock upon which rests my very life. I know even when he isn't, but he always says, I'm fine. And even when I'm not, I generally say, I'm fine too. Then he says with simple sincerity, thank you for calling me. And that's it. I hang up with tears in my eyes because I can't help but think every time I talk to him, this might be the last time. But even if it is, even if the conversation may seem trite, everything we need to say to each other has already been conveyed without words. I know, you know, I love you, GrandMich. Sleep well tonight.